Can I tell you how much of a relief it is to almost be done? And to be able to show like angles that aren't hiding other things that you hadn't seen yet, because we're there. It's party time. Well, it's almost party time. For me, it's a week away from right now. Actually, 1 week and 1 hour from now. Today's episode is food prep and party prep. Hello. I'm recording. Not playing this game. Buster Brown. Okay. Here's the thing with parties at this house. I'm still learning how to have them. There's no winning formula for a party, I've come to find. This is the third Christmas party. The Christmas parties arguably have gone better than the Halloween parties, just because no costumes, so it's a little lower key and easy. You know, you're always trying to find that right balance for entertaining. As much as when people come by, I want to be able to chat with everyone and talk. I don't get to because I'm playing the host and I'm running around and making sure everyone's mingling properly and everyone's got drinks and they've had food and, you know, is it too warm? Is it too cold? Is the music okay? Like, I'm always on the move. Paolo's not. He and Sophia are locked upstairs in my bedroom during the party. The Halloween party, I didn't talk much about this. I did not consider it a success this year. This year was a bit of I had a lot of people invited. There were a lot of people invited. And I had about 27 people that RSVP'd that did not come. That resulted in a lot of food that was wasted and a lot of drinks that were wasted. And it's not about the money that was spent because, you know, I want to give everyone this experience. It's still at the end of the day, if you can save a buck and save the food, might as well. So the Christmas party, it's not as much of a spread. I have learned in the past that I think the first year I did it, I always have meatballs in a crock pot. It's a very Midwest thing. I found that having too many sweets, people then don't eat them. And if a food is too complicated to do, like dips, it's not super easy to, I guess, load up your plate with chips and a dip and go. And then if you like the dip and you want to come back for more, there might be a bunch of people around it. So I found that like finger food is the best. Hi, he's just purring away right now. You are. Finger food is the best, a handful of different treats, and then the drinks. We are going to kick this off with one of the drinks. Now, I make eggnog from scratch. I did it my first year, and it just was amazing. Now, this is from George Washington's recipe. I think it's in like a White House cookbook, maybe. I think that's where it came from, but regardless, it's got a lot of booze in it. It's got a lot of booze. And I did make a short for it last year that you can watch below, the abbreviated version. It's got rum, brandy, sherry, rye whiskey in it, and then milk, heavy cream, and eggs, obviously, and sugar. I make it ahead of time so that the flavors can kind of mingle and work together. My mom's probably dying laughing right now. I did a bunch of research into why it's okay to make it early, why eggnog is pretty safe, alcoholic eggnog. That's because the alcohol neutralizes the bacteria in it, so it's less chance of getting botulism or salmonella. I don't know things. I'm not a food scientist, so let's make the eggnog. That's what we're gonna start with, and then I've got, you know, over the next few days, but it's one video for you, I've got some crock pot candy to make, which is my first time making that. A couple types of cookies. We've got the meatballs. I've got little smokies to do in a crock pot. That'll be fun. That's a first. So I'm gonna put the cat down and we are going to start pouring booze. I know you're so excited. Okay, so this recipe, I'm actually doubling it for the party. I'll list it in the comments below, or I'll list it in the video description at what the original recipe is, but just know I am doubling it for the party. If I seem like an alcoholic, I'm not. We're gonna start off with, we need 2 cups of brandy, 1 cup of rye whiskey, which this is a super cheap rye whiskey. We need 1 cup of Jamaican rum, and then a half a cup of cream sherry, and then dozen eggs, so a dozen large eggs separated. And so if you don't know what that means, your yolks are in one thing and your whites are in another. 12 tablespoons of granulated sugar, which this is probably, I don't know what that is. How many tablespoons are in a half cup?
There are 8 tablespoons in half a cup.
This is just shy of a full cup. And then we need 4 cups of heavy cream and 4 cups of whole milk. So to start, get your KitchenAid mixer or your blender out. Fun story, this KitchenAid mixer has all these chips in the top. Literally the week that I got it, I was living in my my very first apartment, and Paolo got up on the counter, onto the fridge, onto the cabinets, and I came home from something, opened the door to the sound of glass shattering because he freaked out with me coming in and knocked a I had all these like bottles because, you know, when you're in your mid-20s, you decorate with empty bottles. A bottle fell off and exploded on top of my brand new mixer. Oh well. We are going to take our egg yolks and dump those in, and I need a smaller little spatula. And then we're also going to add our sugar to that, and we are going to mix this up. All right, once that is well incorporated, we are going to beat in the milk and cream, which I've already combined in my little bowl here, so hopefully it doesn't go all spilling everywhere. So I'm gonna turn this on low and start pouring this. Wish me luck. God, I feel weird about this. So there's a towel to catch any wayward spillage. Fucking goddamn it. This is why I don't have a cooking show, because I have a caca mouth and I'm not great at some things apparently. I'm not great at a lot of things, but we're gonna let that be our secret. All right, well, now I know. So, man, best there ever was, really. All right, there's that. So then I'm going to take this stuff, and you're gonna want a really big bowl that you can either put a lid on or saran wrap nicely. This should go better because it's got a pouring thing. And then we are going to stir in our alcohol. And I'm just using a spatula, but you can probably use a whisk if you want. I tell you, it smells like an alcoholic in here, that's a fact. Now, you can also put in cinnamon if you want, some extra spices if you want it spiced. I did it last year and it just kept separating from it, so I don't really know what the trick is to incorporating all that nicely. Maybe beating it with the egg and sugar would be the best way. Now I'm gonna clean the bowl, and then we're going to beat the egg whites to make those nice and fluffy, actually. And then those are gonna get folded into this, and then this is going into the fridge. It needs to sit in the fridge for at least 2 days to neutralize that bacteria. You should use pasteurized eggs, that's what I use, but I know some people are all about the farm egg life and you do what you want to do. All right, all cleaned up. We are going to pour in all of the egg whites, and then we're gonna whip the shit out of it. That's fast enough. So we are gonna beat these until they are stiff. Yeah. Okay. We're good. So we're just gonna get that in there. We are now going to take a page out of the Moira Rose cookbook, and we are going to fold in the egg whites. We're gonna just start dolloping the egg whites on top of this, and then very slowly kind of push them down into the nog. And then the whole thing with this is that I'm gonna put it in the fridge. Obviously, we've got a week for the party, but every day I'm gonna take this out and lightly kind of refold everything just to keep incorporating the flavor and making sure that everything is kind of moving around in there. Some people make eggnog and they let it sit for like a year. That's a fact. I have not done that, and I'm not going to do that because I don't want to risk that. But apparently you can do that. I have had friends come to this party who don't like eggnog and have tried it and been like, all right. And I call it the knock you on your ass eggnog because you saw all the booze. I think more than anything, you taste the booze and it's kind of like, Now, when it comes time to serve, I bought nutmeg. You do some freshly grated nutmeg over the top. And like I said, you need either saran wrap on this or an airtight lid, and I have airtight lids for these. Into the fridge. That's it for the eggnog. All right, so we are making this crock pot candy now. And I'll try to keep my big boob in the way so that you're not blinded by the light. For this, it's pretty simple. It's peanuts, semi-sweet chocolate chips, candy coating or chocolate bark, the recipe called it. Peanut butter, and then of course you need your crock pot. I'm actually going to use more peanuts than necessary because I have some left over from, I think it might have been Halloween, maybe? I don't know, but I don't want them in the cupboard anymore. Gonna add, as the recipe calls for it, 2 16-ounce lightly salted containers of peanuts. Then we're gonna put our chocolate chips on top, and this is a 12-ounce bag. So 12 ounces of this is what you need. So the recipe says like break it into its chunks. I'm gonna add a little bit extra just because I added extra peanuts. It says to lay them on top. I've got nothing to do for this for 1 hour. It says to cook it on low and not to like stir it up. The peanut butter gets added in the next step. 1 hour on low. I started mixing this and then forgot that I wasn't recording. I've stirred it all up. It's probably been actually like an hour and a half because it wasn't melting much. And now I need to add in a little more than half a cup of peanut butter. And I'm not gonna use a measuring cup. I'm just gonna measure with my heart. And this needs to be creamy peanut butter, not chunky, though I don't think it like super matters. You can do a little bit more. I'm gonna stir this in, and then this needs to go for another 30 minutes. Okay, so we're just about there. What I need to do is put parchment paper on some cookie sheets and then spoon out, it said 1.5 tablespoon sized things. I don't know what that means. So we're just gonna make spoonfuls. And then I've got some colorful sprinkles. Where's the other one? Where'd I put the other one? Am I losing my mind? Oh my God. I was literally, it's right here. You stupid bitch. It also said to keep this on low so that it doesn't firm up while you're scooping. I think those are fine. Now, while it's wet, you put your sprinkles on. So we're gonna do some white, and then I'm gonna do some red, then we'll do some green. Ah, shit. Now, I probably would have purchased, like, the other kind of sprinkles that are more solid and not, like, sugar. We do with what we've got. There we go. Little piles of doo-doo. That's what it looks like. Right now, we are 72 hours from the party. It's Wednesday night, and I've been going through and cleaning. So the drawing room is clean. The parlor is clean. The kitchen is not clean. I have glitter on my forehead, apparently. I'm so distracted. My house looks insane. I am borrowing things from the neighbor, so the punch bowl and a drink dispenser, because mine aren't going to get here in time. I'm starting to lay out plates tonight so that I know how much space is going to be taken up for certain foods. In the parlor, under the tree, I don't want to have any wet food in case the tinsel falls. I don't want tinsel getting stuck in anything. So that's just going to be cookies in there. I was going to be putting the drink stuff in there as well, but I forgot that I'm having an ugly sweater party. So I need a box for the votes, the vote pieces of paper, whatever. And then the prize, which is just let's go in there. It's that thing. And the prize is like some gift bag thing. So I'm gonna get all this stuff figured out now tonight, and like I said, I'm space planning, so I need to like get the crock pots out, the other dishes that'll have, you know, some miscellaneous treats on them, and then I'll feel like I'm in a good place because I'll take a couple pictures. That way I remember where I'm putting stuff. We're getting there. I gotta stir the eggnog. That's right. Yeah. Clean it up. I got my haircut today. Pretty snazzy. You know, another reason it's good to do all this ahead of time and set everything out is that, especially if you have parties from year to year, I am getting out like the paper plates, the napkins, and the cups, and I'm realizing I really don't have any cups, so I'm gonna have to run out and get some. And I also don't have enough silverware, which really all I need, maybe a box of forks, because there's nothing that necessarily needs spoons. Yeah, do that, but it's good to get ahead of it. We are getting close to go-ish time. I got my first guest arriving in half an hour from out of town. Readying the stage. All of the treats are out, so we're getting there. I'm gonna put together the crock pots now. I've got to make some signs so that no one's like waiting outside ringing the doorbell, because it is 3 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit right now. We're doing it. We're almost there. Party's gone. Yeah. That's me. That's the eggnog.
I hope I have something in my teeth.
So this is Jill. This is my source for all of my antique books. She's my out-of-towner. I did not film anything tonight. I didn't film anything tonight, and fail. And I think that's the sign of you're enjoying the moment. So we've got some cookies to bag up, but otherwise a sink full of stuff and things, and it was a good party. And that's that.